Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Have some more Imaginext Jurassic World packs to take a look at for you today. We have the ATV, the Park Workers, and Pterodactyl, and Dino Catcher. I decided to group these three together because I don't really have any main characters from the movies. They're just kind of generic workers and dinos and accessories and just kind of more stuff to flush out the line. So I decided to kind of throw these all together in one video. So first up here we have the ATV, which I will say is a very cool looking little four-wheeler with kind of a generic army guy. Take a look at the back. It says, need help catching some of those loose dinos? This ATV can help. Just press the button and it'll launch a dinosaur catch and young imaginations. Hold on. It'll launch a dinosaur catcher and young imaginations into the next great Jurassic adventure. I see what they did there. Because it's not only launching the catcher, it's also launching the imaginations. You didn't know about that. Over here we have the Dino Catcher. This is kind of cool. I do kind of feel like some of this stuff is just repainted from previous lines. I don't know that for sure because I don't have the previous lines, but it does kind of feel like that. What aquatic adventures await this diver? With dinosaur catching mechanical arms, this diver is ready to capture those water dinosaurs. Just watch out for that Mosasaurus. So I really feel like if this guy went up against the Mosasaurus, he's not winning with those mechanical dino arms. Park Workers and Pterodactyl. I don't know, what is this guy? This guy looks like he's got like a fire brigade outfit. This guy's like these are like two superheroes or something. He's like Captain America with body armor. And then this is very like a snake to me. This helmet. It's like a cobra head or something. I don't know what's going on there. How many Jurassic Park Rangers does it take to capture a pterodactyl? I'm thinking 2. At least 2. But that's for the kids to decide, packaging. So there you go. We'll go ahead, we'll get these out of the package, and we will take a closer look. Alright, so here are the 3 sets out of the packaging here. I'll start with this one first. So you get these 2 park workers, which I don't really know how these guys qualify as park workers. This has the star on here, like this is some SWAT gear for police. And then this almost looks like a gas mask, like a firefighter. So, I mean, I guess maybe security and, you know, they probably have a small fire department on the island in case something happens, I guess. But if you take these off, you can see it's kind of just a generic suit. He does have they did paint a Jurassic Park symbol on his chest, just so they can pretend it's really Jurassic Park. Otherwise, standard articulation, bend at the waist, shoulder joints, wrist movement. The heads don't really seem to swivel, though. I guess because you have to put these on. So, I don't know. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not great. Like I said, I definitely feel like these are just repurposes from previous waves or themes. I can't prove that because I don't have the previous themes, but it just kind of feels like stuff they kind of tried to shoehorn into Jurassic Park just to flesh out the line and make some more sets. But I mean, they're fine figures, you know. You could probably repurpose them as something else if you had something else going on. Now, they come with this pterodactyl. And, you know, it's fine, I guess. It's solid plastic, no articulation whatsoever. And it has these claws here because it's supposed to clip onto their arm. It doesn't work all that well. You can kind of get it to clip on. But, like, I don't know. It just doesn't work all that well. It works a little bit easier if you take the armored piece off. And then you can put the arm out. Plus, it's just so heavy that it's going to make the guy fall over. So, I don't know. This is probably my least favorite set out of the 3. You know, if you're just looking for a pterodactyl and some figures, then sure. You know, they're decent figures, and it's a decent little pterodactyl. I wish his mouth opened and closed or something, but the paint on his eye is pretty good. I mean, the molding's nice. The detail is nice. You know, wish it had a little bit more paint. Wish this gimmick worked a little bit better. Or throw this gimmick out altogether and just give him, you know, maybe just an opening and closing mouth, or the wings could move slightly. Something would have been a little better in my opinion, but moving away from that set, next up we have the ATV, which is very basic, but I really like the color scheme for some reason. I think the dark green and the orange work well together, and it's kind of cool. It kind of has like shocks. You can see that the wheels here move a little bit. I think that's supposed to be intentional because the holes are cut wider than they need to be, so I feel like, you know, he can go over terrain, so it's like he has shocks, which is pretty cool. I mean, for a little Imaginext toy, I feel like that's pretty impressive. You can go ahead and put the capture claw in this piece right here. I feel like the spring on mine is a little wonky, but it might just be mine. And then you go ahead and fire, pressing the red button. So, I mean, it fires pretty decently. I can't complain about that. It just, when you put it in, it kind of sounds weird, and it feels like it doesn't go in all the way. But it does fire. Whoops, I knocked this guy over. The figure is kind of a standard mercenary army guy. He doesn't have... Oh, no, I'm sorry, he does. He has a little Jurassic Park symbol here on his arm. Otherwise, you'd never know. You could repurpose it for something else if you wanted an army set or something. Standard articulation. Nothing fancy there. Head does turn. So, I mean, it's a decent figure. Well painted. Nicely detailed. And then he just sits on the SUV. You can stand him on there. You can attach his arms to the handlebars if you wish. You don't have to, but you certainly can. There you go. And it rolls very well. Very nice. And like I said, I really like that. Like if you had some terrain to go over, like I just use my hand, but you know, it's pretty cool. I like the shocks on that. I think that's a nice touch. So I like this set. Figure's decent. I like the little 4x4. Capture claw gimmick's kind of cool. Next up, last but not least, we have the little diver guy. Nice Jurassic Park symbol there on the side. Jurassic World, whatever you want to say. Okay, technically both. Press this button on the top, and that makes the claws open and close. Oops. I don't really know what specifically makes these dino catching arms as the package described. Again, I think there was like a diver theme, so this is probably repurposed from that. But you get this decent little diver figure. Head moves from side to side. Shoulders, all the same articulation you're used to. Molded in flipper feet. And got the JP symbol there on the front of the chest. So, I mean, nice colors. You know, decent figure. This thing's kind of cool. Oops. You can see that there's just a little clip. So what you do is you just kind of put him in here. And then clip that around his waist. And there you go. He's got like a underwater exosuit. So again, I definitely feel like this was repurposed from the diver theme. I could be wrong about that, but that's what it really feels like. This is probably repurposed from who knows what, because it's just a generic 4x4. But if you don't have the previous sets, I think it's worth checking them out. I really like these two. They don't scream Jurassic Park or Jurassic World to me so much, but they at least went to the trouble of putting the symbol on them, so it's kind of branding them as that. I definitely think they're just reuses, repaints, repurposes, whatever you want to call them, but I think these two are fun. This one, I mean, if you're just looking for some figures, they're decent figures. You know, they get the job done as just, if you want some park workers, you could just lose the armor, and they're just two guys with Jurassic Park shirts. The Pterodactyl is you know, not terrible, not great, just very middle of the road. So, I mean, the nice thing is they're only like $6.99 sets, so they're not ridiculously expensive. So if you're just looking for, you know, a couple more sets to pad out your collection, you know, they're definitely decent. They're just not amazing. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and share the video. Please subscribe. I hope you guys have enjoyed this look at the ATV, Park Workers, and Pterodactyl, and Sub Dino Catcher from the Imaginext Jurassic World line. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.